So your teenage son is going to be assessed for learning differences. How do you support him through this? Well, let's talk about that today on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families to live happier lives. I lead two organizations, Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit 501c3 organization, Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. Every Wednesday at noon, I jump onto Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions. Let's answer today's. My teenage son is being tested for dyslexia. I don't understand. How can he be dyslexic if he doesn't mix up letters? The school may also want him tested for ADD and ADHD. What are these conditions, and what should we do if he does in fact have one of these learning differences? Thank you for your question. It's a big, broad question we're talking about today, so let's jump down through definitions. Dyslexia. Dyslexia is basically a learning disorder in which it impacts difficulty in reading because of problems recognizing how speech sounds relate to letters and words. ADHD, which is the big umbrella for all of it, is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which can involve heightened impulsiveness, hyperactivity, distractibility. Again, is a very big umbrella and can look a lot of different ways. But these are the two things we're talking about here that sounds like your child will be assessed for. And what I would recommend first is hold off and let the testing go through to determine, is it actually dyslexia? Is it actually ADHD? Is it something else? Is it visual processing? Is it audio processing? It could be any number of things that your kid may be going through right now. So go through the process, get the testing done, and then evaluate. Because there may be occupational therapy, vision therapy, educational therapy, could be medication, recommended. Ultimately, you as the parent will decide what is best for your child, given the recommendations from the medical professionals that you consult with. So how do you support your kid through this? Number one, as hard as this is, be patient through this process. Be supportive, emotional support. There's a lot of things going on, and he may need a lot of support, but what he needs more than anything else is to know that you love him and you're in his corner, and that your relationship with him goes beyond this. So what I would encourage you to do is have times where the two of you have quality time where you just enjoy your time together, regardless if his homework is done, regardless if his speech therapy is done, regardless of all that. You need to make sure that you have quality time where he feels that he's enjoyed by you, because his emotional well-being impacts everything. Who he is now, who he's going to be, how he sees himself, and the more confidence, the more belief he has in himself because he sees that in you, the more he can hopefully rise up and do all this stuff he has to do to get to where he wants to go, whether that's passing high school, whether that's college, or wherever that is. It's a journey. It's a marathon. Be patient. He's not going to do this perfectly. You're not going to do this perfectly also, so be patient with yourself as well. I think it's really important from a parent standpoint is that you don't forget the relationship between you and your son is paramount, because it affects everything, just like sleep does, and food and water. Love and connection is a vital role in the human experience and the human family. So let the evaluators evaluate, consider the recommendations, decide if you want to follow those recommendations or if you want to get second opinions. If he's really struggling emotionally, you may want to consider a therapist who works with kids and teens who can help guide you guys through this. I think it's really important. But again, the biggest thing is focus on your relationship. I can't hit that hard enough. Anyways, thank you for your question. If you'd like me to answer your question here on Tips on Teens, email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com. We also have a Facebook group called Tips on Teens. Feel free to join us if you want this more prominently in your feed on Wednesdays at noon. Again, my name is Kent Toussaint with Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit Child and Teen Counseling. We look forward to getting your questions and talking to you next Wednesday at noon. Bye-bye.